What's going on, everyone? Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Today I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin stocks that didn't run as much as I expected to, but that's because Bitcoin's run got stopped pretty damn fast. That's what happens when you run $800 in a single day, so I'm not surprised that people were taking profits. But before I get into any of that, I want to thank each and every one of you who joined my chat room on Discord today. We at one point had over 20 members who were signed in and watching me give out alerts and giving out their own alerts. So here's my chat room. It's called Trade Buddy. It's the first link down below. Um, Completely free to join. I'm going to be there every single day now, Monday to Friday from 5 a.m. until the market close, giving out alerts, watch lists, chart patterns, and just talking to you guys all day long. So highly recommend you join it. It's gonna keep growing nonstop, so you might as well get in now so you can talk to me directly. While I'm still small, you can ask me any question you want. I'll get back to you as fast as I can. I have this open 24/7, so right when you message me, I will get a notification for it and get back to you. So highly recommend that you join it. We did pretty awesome in this chat room today. I alerted LBIX at $2.83. Let's just pull it up real fast. LBIX I alerted for a buy at $2.83, and you can see we eventually reached a high of day at around $3.75, so over $1 per share intraday. So very, very nice. There will be a lot more of those where that came from. I don't know if that makes sense. If you join the chat room, you will see a lot more of those. So I highly recommend you do so. So Bitcoin stocks. Let me just pull up the price of Bitcoin on my Coinbase account. Um, so you can see just today, we did reach a peak, and then we dipped back down, and now we're kind of making a wedge right there. It's a classic gradual descending wedge. You can see. Let me try to do this. Draw a line from there to that peak, and then draw a trend line from there up to from there up to there, and it's making a wedge. It's getting squeezed into a pinch. So if it can break above on volume, then we will likely see this retest the high at around 5,880. But if we break down on volume, then we will likely see it test this low support at 5,400. So yeah, keep the chart of Bitcoin in your head because this is a good thing to watch. Just because, it's just one more thing you can trade. The good thing about Bitcoin is that it trades 24/7. Now, I wouldn't recommend day trading Bitcoin just because it's so high priced, but there's Litecoin, there's Ethereum, there's all of those things. You could trade them, and it's the same exact thing as trading penny stocks. They just are based off of technical analysis. People recognize these patterns, they recognize these trend lines, and they buy and sell based on those. So if you can understand technical analysis, you can trade anything. It doesn't matter. You don't have to trade what I trade. The beautiful thing about technical analysis is that as long as there's a chart and it's something that's traded between humans, then you can use technical analysis to trade it consistently and profitably. So there's Bitcoin itself. Let's look at the Bitcoin stocks. We had these on our watch list for today. I posted a watch list on my blog post, tonyivanov.com/blog. Bitcoin stocks to watch on 10/13/2017, and I also linked the chat room. So shout out to everyone who is actually dedicated and saw this watch list because you were in my chat room. So shout out to all of you. But you can see we had MGTI on there, we had BTCS on there, GBTC was on there, BITCF, and I think that was it. And also in the chat room, I said there was one more um, stock related to Bitcoin, and that was GAHC, and those all ran tremendously. So let's just go down the list. MGTI, okay, I'm gonna bring this over here so I can look at it. MGTI, let's check that out. MGTI, when I took this picture, it was at around, oh jeez, I cannot see that. Hold on. I cannot see that at all. Zoom in. I gotta make I gotta fix that on the website because you can't even read it. Okay, so when I took the picture, it was at $2.72. Okay, so this one kind of fell on its face. You can see. Let's take away the intraday chart or the extended hours because this is an OTC. Bring up a longer time frame because this is a really bad chart to read. And okay, so you can see we kind of held this gradual trend line to hold it down. So that's one that kind of failed. Okay, 1 out of, I don't know, 5. So let's look at GAHC. GAHC, this had a very, very big breakout. Right at the close yesterday, we had a very, very nice textbook breakout pattern right here. It broke out of 0.0160. Nice round mental number. I believe this was previous, no, yeah, it was previous resistance right here too. So, you know, very nice multi-month breakout right there at around 0.0160. Ran all the way up to a high of 0.256, so almost 100%. This is from top to bottom 63%. Okay, so my math was pretty bad. Anyways, 63% overnight. Very, very nice run. Intraday, we kind of just tanked and faded all day. We had some very nice dips, but you can see the way you buy this today, if you weren't in on it yesterday, on that very nice breakout, all you gotta do is you buy the break of the previous high of day. Whenever you're trading a stock that has hype behind it, this one has hype mainly because it's a sympathy play with Bitcoin. But it doesn't matter what the hype is as long as there's hype. So the same thing goes with stocks with news releases. That's just a form of hype. And when you have a stock that has hype, you want to buy the breakouts because people will see the breakout and they will recognize the hype behind it and they will buy because of the hype. That's what you need to do too. You need to buy the breakout and take your profits. So you can see easy buy right there at around 0.0213 and you could have sold for around a 20% profit. Very, very nice, very, very easy. And then you can see we dipped back down, made a double bottom right here, made a higher low with this candle, very big green candle on volume to send it back up, but we didn't retest the high of day. So with that in mind, you can expect this to go on a downtrend. Draw this downtrending trend line here, and you can see it's been acting as resistance ever since. So you could, one more line that you should draw is the overall support. Overall support is right here at 2 cents. One, it's a very nice round number. Two, you can see all these dips retested that 2 cent level. And three, I don't know, it's just a nice number. But you can see we broke down below that, and from breaking 2 cents, we're down around, geez, that's not what I wanted. I wanted segment tool. From 2 cents, we're down around 11%. So there's GAHC, GBTC. Let's check this one out. Not sure if this one ran. Okay, no, this one actually fell. Oh no, this is not the daily. Sorry. Okay, no, yeah, this one gapped up pretty large. This is a higher price stock, but it's higher priced mainly because it trades just like Bitcoin trades. The price is it's like linked together. So you can see right off the bat, first thing I noticed was this very obvious resistance slash support at $689 exactly. You can see this gap up stopped out right there. This bounce stopped up right there. And then after it gapped up today, this dip stopped out right there. So 690 is a very crucial level. And you can see we're just now breaking through it. So that's pretty important. That's pretty important. I think we gotta drop down the line a little bit because let's just bring this down and make it exact. And let's see if we're gonna witness a bounce right now. Probably not. Nope, it's cracking through. So GBTC, we had a very nice gap up from around 685 to 709. So that's around how many percentage points is that? 3% gap up, nothing big at all. So that was a fail as well, mainly because we broke below the moving average on the daily for the second time now, showing lots of weakness. Had this gradual trend line too, holding it down. So there's GBTC. BITCF is the one I know that's running and running pretty hard. You can see we have this very nice gradual descending trend line holding down all these candles, but then once we hit the 200 moving average on the daily, we bounced and we made a higher low with a green candle. Also, you take the bottom of this candle and you connect it with this candle, and that's your new support. So as long as we're able to keep making higher lows, then the chart will just continue to go on up. It will eventually pass over the 50 moving average, and it will just make itself develop and go on an uptrend. So this one is up around 40% on the day today. You can see we had a very nice morning run from around. This is a very bad chart. So if you don't know what type of chart to use, if your chart looks like this, then you're using the wrong chart. No one can read this chart. All the indicators are going bonkers. You know, the Bollinger Bands are going crazy. The stochastics are going crazy. The volume, there's no trend whatsoever. If you see a stock that's this illiquid, you need to just keep moving down the list of time frames until it becomes more of a trend. Now, BITCF is super illiquid, so it's kind of hard to get a trend just because of how illiquid it is. But that's the general thing you need to do. So I probably wouldn't have even traded this one. I probably would have held it overnight, but only like if I recognized this breakout of the trend line right here and got in right at 50 cents. I wouldn't chase it now. Too illiquid. The stochastics are, you know, pulling back now, so it most likely will fall along with the rest of the Bitcoin stocks. Is there any more that I missed? BTSC. Oh, BTCS I didn't even cover. That's the most important one, BTCS. So BTCS was an amazing run from yesterday. Very strong run. You can see we had a little gap here. And that just set in the uptrend. Once you get the high of day, draw a trend line to signal the U-shaped breakout. You can see it dipped back down, made a higher low, broke out of that easy level of 0.1333, shot up, and eventually hit a high of day of around 22 cents. My top student, Kyle, bought the breakout because I told him to do so. He bought the breakout, and he was up around 62% at one point. I don't think he sold at the very top, but you can see overnight there's some very nice gains to be made in the OTC market. So that's why I'm teaching you guys all these patterns. I'm teaching you guys all these strategies because I want you to learn. I want you to make money. I want you to be a better trader. So just follow my rules, follow my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you'll just get these lessons every single day. So if, we actually had a gap up this morning, and when I was watching it intraday, the main thing I was saying in the chat room is basically just watching all the support levels. First thing I noticed was that we had a very nice wedge formed here. We made a high of day, dipped back down, made a higher low, but then made a lower high. So right when I see that, I just draw my trend lines. And we broke that trend line and went sideways because there was just no volume whatsoever. And then we were stuck in this little channel here. And with this channel, one thing I noticed was that the 50 moving average was coming up to have the price retest it. So I was saying if we can get the moving average to come up, we could possibly have the price have a break of 0.21 and retrace on up. But that didn't happen. No volume whatsoever. It got very weak. Eventually broke below the 50 moving average and it just crumbled on down. You can see it just kept crumbling on down. So there's BTCS. And what I said was the one thing this stock will do if we have a break of the 50 moving average, it'll likely fill this gap and retest 0.1783. Now it did, and it's holding support right at that level. So this is holding support. We actually just had a very big pop just now. So this is holding support at the gap. So this may be a potential overnight hold. I'm not going to hold it overnight just because I have no settled funds, but that's a different story. But anyways, last one I want to talk about is HMNY, because this is having a very nice bounce today. Very nice bounce after its massive crash. Let's just pull up the daily chart here. Sorry for all the indicators. That's kind of a lot, but you can see HMNY. This is a crazy penny stock. Ran from around $3 up to $38, dipped down to $16, and now it's bouncing up to $23. The main way I would have played this today at the market open is simply another wedge. These wedges are my favorite pattern, hands down. In my upcoming course, I go really deep into learning these wedges, all their different properties, how to play them, and all that type of stuff. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment down below, and I'll give you special pricing. But you can see, over the extended hours, we hit a new low, and then we never broke below that again. So once you see that after a big crash, just draw that line out. So that's your new support. And you can see we just kept making higher lows, constantly just making higher lows. We came back down. We had a very big spike, and then a very big crack. Not crack, a dip. And it dipped right down to that 1726 level and held it perfectly. There were a lot of buy orders right there, I'm guessing, just to buy up any shares that hit that level. So you can see right when we make a new high, a new low, and then one more high, draw a wedge right away. Even so, let's say that right when you saw the first spike, you bought it right there. Right when it broke that level of around $18, you would have been okay on this next dip, because not a coincidence, it dipped right back down to that same level. So you would have been clear in the water, and you could have ridden this all the way up with no risk whatsoever. In from 18, out at around 24. Let's see what the percentage gain that is. 34%, 35% intraday. So very nice bounce play from HMNY. This likely continues into next week, mainly because there's probably a bunch of shorts that are getting squeezed right now. But don't take my word for it. I'm not going to hold it overnight, just because I don't like holding stocks over the weekend. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. If you saw value in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe button. See, that's new. Please also be sure you click the first link down below to join my new chat room on Discord. I'm really excited to see you guys there this weekend and on Monday. So yeah, you guys have a great weekend.